All right, so last we left off, we wanted to add the ability to search for action text content here. And what I was doing before was, so we'll just copy this real quick. So I was doing description body contains, and that's because there's not actually a description column on the activity model, but we're calling our description. Well, actually, let me back up here. So we have this method here that's enabling rich text on description, but this is actually creating a polymorphic relationship. So there's an association between an activity and some active text or some action text. But and normally when you're doing associations with Ransack, like for example, a user has many activities, so you could do like user activities then like contains or something like that. This actually wouldn't work, but like that's how you do it with Ransack. So I was trying description body contains, and we'll just make this a search field. But when we go to the application and run it, it doesn't recognize this association. So I did what any good developer did, and I went on Google, searched around a bit, and I came to this solution, and it happens to be on the GoRails forum, so I'm already excited for it. But it looks like this person is running into the same issue that I was doing, and they came up with a solution, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give this a shot. So I'm gonna go into the activity model. I'm actually gonna add this right above our description. And so this is our special Rails method where you can create a relationship. And what he's doing here, and I don't, to be perfectly clear, I don't know exactly how this person came to this conclusion, but he's declaring that they have one rich text, and the class name is ActionText rich text, which I think they're getting that from this right here. So they're making sure to be explicit with that and calling the correct table name. And then as record, I don't know why the record works or if it works, but I'm not sure why it's called that, to be honest. But that's the first part. And then the next part is to just use this right here, but I'm gonna instead use body, or actually I think we do need body, because body is the name of this column right here. So if we go back to our search form, let's change this to this. And I happen to know that we have, so this is the rich text we're searching against. And I'm just gonna search for the word million because it's within HTML, so it'll just be kind of a good test case right here. So let's go ahead and refresh the page. And if we search this, it seems to be working. But if I do like foo, doesn't work. And persisting. So this is looking good. If anyone's watching this, I'd love to know like how this works. I kind of have an idea. I mean, when you're doing rich text, you don't have to declare this relationship, but I think because that sort of happens right here with has rich text. I'm guessing by doing this just helps Ransack is probably typically looking for a has one or has many or belongs to relationship in the model to figure out how to build out those queries, and I'm guessing by doing this it just kind of helps with that. So I'm just going to do get status, and then let's just add this here. Let's just say add ability to search against ActionText. I'm even gonna just copy this solution here, add that to my commit history here just for reference. So I'll save that, and let's just do a git log, and let's just push this up. The next thing I think I should quickly do is just probably style this form a little bit better. So, okay, so I'm just looking at the Bootstrap docs here, and I'm gonna kind of go through this quickly. I should say, up front, this is clearly not a design course, so I don't want anyone to really be too concerned with the design here. This is really just about getting something up quickly. So let's see here. Form row, so what do we got in here? Difficulty and category could probably be in the same row. I think I could just do column on both of these. Oh, I gotta close that div out. Still pretty long though. Does not need to be that wide. I think there's column auto. Okay, so that's good. And I kind of like that for date and the start date and the end date. All right, that's good. Or good enough, I should say. Although it'd be nice if these were spread out. So maybe I do justify content between justify. Oops, spelled justify wrong. Okay, so that spreads them out. I mean, it looks kind of, doesn't look great. Let's see. Doesn't look great, but at the same rate, it's like good enough. I just wonder if I can do like a width on here, maybe. I think if you wrap this whole thing in a couple more divs, so actually, let's see if I just do like column 6. Okay, so that actually does something. But I might want to wrap it in a row. You know what? Let's leave it off for now. It's all good. But maybe one thing I'll do to really spice this layout up is up on the form. Maybe I'll add a class of like shadow. Let's see what this does. Shadow and maybe like some padding. That's too much padding. Maybe shadow small and rounded small. What happens if I do a border? It's looking a little better. Maybe a margin bottom of 5. And if we reset, how does that look? So this looks good enough, I think. And oh, you know what? Rich text body contains. It's kind of not great. We'll keep the label the same because let me explain what this means because it's kind of a weird. You're probably wondering why I'm keeping it. So it says a label for, and then Q underscore blah blah blah. That is also the ID of this, and this is semantic, like this is semantic HTML. So the for should match the ID, and what that does is if I click on the label, it will highlight this field here. If this said something different, I'll just do that. If I go in here, and if I click the label, you'll notice that it doesn't highlight the input. So in order to keep that semantic markup working, we'll keep this, but then I can pass in what I actually want the label text to be. So I'll just say, description includes. We'll do that. So this is looking good. I just want to think of like date less than or equal to, if I can think of something better to say for that. I think that's okay for now. And maybe real quick, let's check out buttons. So I know we can do, I think, button group. See what happens if we do this. But we'll have to give a special class to this link. Let's do form actions. And for here, I can do class button. Geez, I don't even know what I want to do here. I guess button secondary. That's good. Maybe do maybe just button link, I guess, which is basically going to look like the way it did before, but it'll do it a little better. Actually, what if I do like button primary? What's the outline look like? Where we got outline? This might be what I want right here, but I don't know how it works with the form group. Oh, that's cool. I kind of like that. That's good enough. Like I said, this isn't a UI course, so let's just run this and commit that. And we'll just say style search form. And let's push that up. And this seems like a good place to end off for now.